Hello everyone. Today, how y'all doing? This is Yusufchowdhury, digital marketing coach from San Antonio, Texas. Good to have you all tonight. It's Friday. Give me a minute so I can go ahead and, actually give me less than a minute so I can fill up the screen for y'all, folks. What's going on, brother? What's going on? Thank you for joining, man. Appreciate it. Sam, Kim, how are you? Thank you all for joining. Usmani, good to see you. How are you doing today? This Friday. Oh my God, look at that. The hearts are already pumping up. Okay. Stephanie. What's going on, Sam? It is Friday, which is, for a lot of people, it's a different day. But for me, it's the same day like any other day. Walaikum salam, akhi. How are you doing? So, all right. So who's excited tonight to know a little bit about some of the technique that you're supposed to avoid when you implement SEO on your website? Okay. Okay, let's see. Oh, look at that. Sam. Walaikum salam as well. Let's see. Kim, how are you? First, you had to relax, man. Okay. Thank you for sharing. I appreciate it. Then Nick, I appreciate the share. Thank you so much. All right, let's go to Torah Nauru Network. Good to see you. Good to see you. Look at that. To San Antonio. How you been? It's been a while. It's been a while. I haven't seen you. Okay. Hey. All right, so let's go and start real quick. So what I'm going to discuss about, these are some of the techniques when it comes to implementing SEO on your website that you're supposed to actually avoid. Okay. So who is ready? Who is ready to learn? Who is ready to learn today? Hey, Brian, how are you? Thank you for joining. Thank you for joining. I have an optimized price site giving me headaches. Oh my God, really? I need to look into that. Sam, if you can send me a DM messages. Let me look into it and see exactly what's going on so I can help you from there. All right. SEO is career. I love SEO too, man. I love SEO. Same thing here. Well, if you already know SEO, you probably know this already. Basically, I'm going to talk about some of the Google Webmaster Guideline in terms of, what not to do when it comes to the SEO, right? You probably already know that. So please help me out if I missed anything. Thank you, Stephanie, for sharing. Thank you so much. So let's go in real quick right now. The first thing is the technique that you're not supposed to do, or the technique that actually Google specifically don't like. I would say the first one is automatically generated content. Does anybody know what is that? What the heck is automatically generated content? I guess we see it something. You see it too, Brian, right? Like, article spinners and that kind of, crappy stuff. Okay. So what that means, the first thing you don't want to generate is, when it comes to the content, you don't want to just use the software. Yeah, man, like those robots. And guess what? They still exist. You don't want to generate content automatically. You look at somebody else's content, you put in this software and makes another version because that software has tons of other. First time here. Oh, good to see you. Yeah, well, there's another word for the scraping, because there's a way how you scrape it, right? Because you can scrape business addresses, which is fine, but when it comes to the content, we're going to talk about that for sure. I'm glad you mentioned about scraping, but we're going to go there. So the first one is, don't just grab any content from somebody else that is well known or a good article and use this software to kind of regenerate a different version. But that's not going to work because the information looked like a little bit odd, like a robotic. Does that make sense? Or even if you translate from a different site, from different language in English, you have to make sure that all the content matches and it's much valuable. Does that make sense? So that's the first one. Do not use automatically generated content. So if you hire somebody to do some content writing for you, make sure that, hey, Ziv, sister, how are you? Assalamu alaikum. So make sure that it's original content, okay? So that's the first one. The first one is, do not generate, alaikum salam, do not use automatically generated content. Okay. All right. The technique number 2 is called little or no original content. So, which is actually like the automated content anyway. So what that means, I'm just studying master in computer science, and you're really helping me, my man. You're most welcome, bro. That's awesome. Good to hear that. So little or no original content. That means when you write something is so small, like maybe a couple of hundred words, and it's not original. It's not something like you came up with it. Okay. So you have to make sure that if you want to make that content, Melissa, good to see you. Some ice cream. Okay. If you want to make the content valuable, So you have to put some of your own information. So let's say in the SEO industry, we have so many articles out there. There's no point for me to talk about the subject exactly the same. So I have to, put my own opinion, my own information, a little bit of something different, okay? But even the content itself has to be good. So 200 words is not enough. Make it like, 400 or 500 words with images and good copy, good grammar. So that is number 2. Little or no content, it's a bad practice. Now, number 3, it's called doorway pages. Doorway pages. What the heck is that? Doorway pages. Doorway pages, basically, it's a technique where they used to basically focus on the page that, let's say I'm looking for a dentist, and I found this website that talks about the dentistry or for the contact information, number 2, Valerie, okay? And when I click on the page, it actually takes me somewhere else, okay? So that's one of the technique. I think they also call it, there's another word for this one, I think called sneaky redirect. So you don't want to use the doorway pages because you don't want to deceive the user, okay? Similar to clocking. So that is technique number 3. Technique number 4, which Brian talked about, is scrape content. Scraped content, there's so many software out there that can just grab any content from any website and put it automatically to your website. In fact, we've recently noticed the situation with the number 3, right? The situation with the Periscope. Guys, do you remember? People scraping the Periscope videos, put it on YouTube, put it in their website without value. That's called scraping. And so eventually what happened is, even if those website ends up ranking, when Google finds out, they're going to basically probably derank them, or there's a possibility that they might get penalized and sent to the sandbox. Does that make sense? So when those folks were scraping the content, I keep asking him, what is the purpose of your site? What are you trying to do here? Why are you taking everybody's content? If you added some value, like your own explanation, or if you created some sort of directory where you're sending back the traffic to the website of the original creator, that should be something okay. It's just like it is, but I wouldn't even call it stealing, because the word stealing is a little bit different. Does that make sense? So, and I have no problem with people sharing my stuff, copying my stuff. I actually highly encourage all of you to put my stuff in your website. But all I'm asking is, send the link back to my own website. Does that make sense? Or express your own understanding of what you learned. Because that plugin for WordPress that scraped all the content from Periscope, if it does automatically and you only spend time, yeah, if you don't spend time, like, 5 takeaways from this scope that I learned, type it and put their video. That's pretty cool, because you're putting your original information on it. That makes it more valuable. And not just for the search engine. We have to be very careful. We can't just think about the search engine all the time. We have to think about the but give credit and words. Yes, we have to think about the user experience. We have to think about our customers, our target market. What's the point of building a site with a bunch of scope? For instance, like what are you trying to achieve? If somebody tell you, oh, for ranking, well, then you have no clue what you're doing, okay? But if I'm going to build, let's say, a page for all the expert Periscopers for the purpose of bringing them more value so they can understand who I am, I'm the value provider. Does that make sense? There has to be a specific purpose. So that's what it's called, scrape content. And there's so many software that does for videos, for articles, for blog posts, and now they're doing it for Periscope, sadly, okay? So that was number 4, I believe, right? Was it number 4? Let's see, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that was number 4, scrape content. Don't do that. Don't do a scrape content. And number 5, it's called affiliate programs or thin affiliate programs. What I mean by that, there's nothing wrong with affiliate product. Hey, Henry, what's going on? The thing is, if you build a site, let's say you're a fitness, you like bicycles, and you write a blog about, how to do bicycle and whatnot. So you can sign up with an affiliate program with different companies or Amazon and give an honest review about those products, okay? And that is actually fine. But what happens if you just sell any product that has no relationship with your actual niche, then that's kind of weird. Does that make sense? You don't want to do that. And secondly, you don't want to have you don't want to copy the exact information from that affiliate website to your website, because it's just duplicated. It makes no sense. There's no value in it. Or you don't want to have a sale page that only talks about by the same affiliate program. The problem with, unfortunately, with the affiliate, I mean, I love affiliate marketing, don't get me wrong, but the thing is, some people, they abuse it, they don't do it right. So what happened, they make a sale page with all the same information and they pass it around to other affiliates, same information. That doesn't make any sense. And instead of doing that, write your own content, tell us, why do you like this program? Why do you like this software? Why do you like this product? Give some value. Then you can have a link that is clickable, and people can click on that link and go back to buy the program. So that was number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Number 6 is called link schemes. I own an e-commerce website, and affiliate thing caused me some troubles with customers. Very bad, huh? Interesting. Link scheme. This is very old technique, and I don't think people should use it anymore, because people used to pay other other sites for link building back and forth. If I pay you, you pay me, and you're gonna put my link on your website, I'm gonna put your link on my website for the sake of link. That doesn't work like this anymore. So bloggers, they have to be very careful when you start linking, to anybody you want to link out. There has to be a reason why you're doing that. Because if Google finds out you're paying somebody or you're just buying links, that's something they actually don't appreciate. Okay, so that was number. Let's see. I'm sorry, 1 second. Do we see? You'd be surprised because all these techniques still work. Some people still use it for some reason. I'm kind of surprised. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, that was number 5, right? Okay, that was number 5. Number 6, cloaking. Does anybody know what is cloaking? So there is no such thing as white cloaking, by the way. Cloaking basically means, let's say I found out these keywords will hopefully help me to rank on the search engine. So I'm going to do something on the back end to trick the search engine that you are going to rank this website, let's say for dentists, but all I'm showing is chiropractor for their audience. Does that make sense? So they think if they use a keyword that is highly, let's say, that it can rank, and they're trying to trick the search engine that, hey, this is about, I'm going to tell the Google bots this is search engine, but the customer that's looking for chiropractor is a chiropractor. It's an old trick. I hope nobody still uses that, but yeah, it's very hilarious. I mean, why you want to mess with the search engine? And right now, with all the latest and greatest update with the algorithm of Google, I don't think that should work. But that's a practice. Be careful, because unfortunately, I've seen some people from other so-called services still do this kind of stupid trick. Okay, do not do cloaking. It is stupid. Okay. So, all right, number 7. Number 7, sneaky redirect. Sneaky redirect means so you have a domain and you're pointing a bunch of domains to one website, or again, people looking for a dentist in San Antonio, and you actually use some different domain address and take them somewhere else. So that's, I mean, why would you do that? I mean, you're not just tricking the search engine, you're also tricking the user, because the user was looking for this one product and software and services, and they ended up going somewhere else. I'm like, really? You do stuff like that? You're nuts. So that's number 7. And number 8, and this is all practice, but I actually saw a couple of sites they do this. You know how when you write some content, you have like a dash link, or you have a dot. When you click on it, it takes you to like a different internal pages or a different keyword. That is called hidden text in links. Okay, you don't want to do stuff like that. So that is number. Let's see. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. Still looking here. 1, 2, 3. 8. Okay, yeah, dirty buggers, indeed. Dirty buggers. So number, let's see, 9, irrelevant keyword. Okay, just because a keyword going to rank or has a high search volume, that doesn't mean you're gonna put on your website because it's gonna help with that. Afton Negre, how are you? Good to see you. Everyone follow Afton right here. She's an awesome expert when it comes to like social media strategies. Okay. And do not basically drop them just tactics here with that, guys. You'll be surprised people still do it. Go to Fiverr and people still do that. I've seen a client that went to Fiverr, paid somebody, I don't know, $5, and that person sent all these spammy link. We're talking about 2015, and this person claimed, well, we do white hat, and they send like, I don't know, 30,000 links. All of them are spam link, redirect, and whatnot. It is just insane. So do not use irrelevant keyword when you do the on-site SEO for your pay peanuts, get monkeys, right? When you set up your on-site SEO for your title tag, the meta description, the content, make sure all the keyword, if you want to use the keyword, even though keyword, I guess Google tends to, go above that, is relevant. If I'm talking about, let's say, if I'm, again, taking the example of the dentist under the About page, just make sure you talk about the best dentist in San Antonio, let's say, on that page, and make sure all the information is relevant to that. Don't use something that has no relationship, okay? Because if you keep putting so many keywords, like, how back in the days, if you're a real estate agent, they're going to put like a real estate dash, realtor agent dash, foreclosure, real estate. You don't want to just, smack keyword left and right like that, okay? So don't do that. Don't put anything irrelevant within your content, because that's going to hurt you. Okay. And also, you always have to double check when it comes to. And people can't believe that they got crap. Yeah, that's just It's funny because my friend who told me about the story about the guy, actually her client did that, and she actually warned them not to do it. But you know, people still are ignorant, and people still do this crappy stuff. When you go to Fiverr, I mean, really, $5 for SEO. I mean, you know how many hours it takes to do the offsite SEO? Like probably 40 to 50 hours with so many work. But they pay somebody like $5 to freaking send a fake 30,000 backlink to the site. And I mean, you see, the funny thing, it's actually working for him. Like, he actually got some traffic, but guess what? He got actually bad traffic because none of them converted. So eventually it's going to be completely devalued. Okay. The other thing is, when it comes to comment, you know, a lot of time in our website, we get like a spam comments. You have to be very careful because that can actually hurt you too. So that's what you need to do is, if you have a WordPress website, use a Kismet and make sure that you clean those spam bot comments. Does that make sense? Because they're all auto-generated. You don't want to have, Ismail, how you doing, Akhi? If you don't want to have those messed up comment on your website, because actually eventually that can actually hurt you. So make sure you delete them and double check them. Hacking, this is something you have to be very careful. That is why you need to install your website with the Google Webmaster Tool. Because if you ever get hacked, or if you get some type of malware or some sort of injected, you know, some weird malicious malware on your website, you gotta take care of it. Because if you don't, they can actually put your website under a hacked website. WordPress, no, actually, that's not true. WordPress site gets hacked. The reason it gets hacked because user do not know. Yes, there you go. That's why it gets hacked. So that just to tell you that how WordPress actually, by design, is actually very strong. Because why? It was very weak. If it was very hackable, the weakest point is through the brute force or the username. That's the weakest spot for somebody to hack. So they tried everything, couldn't work. So they went to the username. And you're absolutely correct. Don't ever use admin as a username. I mean, come on. And password as a password, really? So right now, with the latest update on WordPress, they actually give you a generated password, which is very strong. That's kind of hilarious, right? So make sure that your website is not hacked. Make sure you clear the spam from the spam comment, and have some sort of security plugin, like, you know, security, right? Use security to make sure your website is secure. Or you can even use a firewall to protect that. Okay? So basically, you know, these are the techniques. What else I have? I guess, yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's about it. So this is what I was trying to say. Okay. Oh, look at all this heart. So yeah, make sure that your content is not automatically generated. Make sure you don't scrape any content from anywhere. If you do want to copy a content from somebody else, make sure you give them that kind of credit. Don't buy for links and don't beg for links. Okay? Ismail, alhamdulillah, I'm doing good. So give my salam to my mom, okay? That's my brother right there. IMIC 333. That's my brother, okay? So thank you, Charity. So make sure that don't beg for links all the time. When you ask for a link, make sure it's a quality base. Does that make sense? Don't be like, hey, give me some link. I'm gonna give you some link. It's not gonna work like that. When you say, okay, all right, yeah, that's my brother right there. So, and too many redirects, hidden links. The most important thing, I think, you know what, Brian and Sam, I still see scraping content. That's one thing that I still see a lot. Okay. Especially with that plugin that recently they came out with, the WP Scope, that was basically grabbing everything, putting on people's website, and nobody does anything. Nobody go there and write something. It was kind of, come on, really? Is that all you have to do? So these are the techniques that you need to avoid when it comes to, on-site SEO. Me funny? Oh, come on, man. I'm not funny, man. I was just born like that. So Sam, with the WP Scope, the thing with the WP Scope, I mean, if you use it personally for your own website to save some time, I think it's okay. But to kind of just are developing your own plugin, maybe I should. Okay, I have a lot of developers. Maybe I should tell them, right? But the funny thing about the WP Scope, if you just look at the sell page, it's like ridiculous. Thank you, Charity. It's like what? So I hope nobody's. I know another scoper talked about the WP Scope in a nice way, which understood makes sense. But if you go to wpscope.tv, I don't want to, insult I don't want to mean any bad thing to the founder, but really, I mean, it's ridiculous. If you look at the sell page, it's so lame. You know, it's just like a sucker punch. You know, you're just gonna suck people in that the one that don't understand how internet marketing works, right? Those are the old days of. Unfortunately, a lot of internet marketers, so-called guru internet marketers, taught a lot of black hat SEO. I would say most of them. That's what they used to teach, unfortunately. You know, that's why they sell a lot of crap in warrior forums for like $39. Get this, you know, SEO autopilot, $39 will give you some results. White hat SEO. You know what's so sad? You're absolutely correct, Sam. They suck and they make money, but what can you do? See, that's one of the things that is very hard for in our digital marketing industry. When I meet a lead that got suffered or a customer suffered because of the black hat technique or unethical technique, it's very hard for me now to kind of convince them how the proper way it works. Because when it comes to the search engine optimization strategies, there is no one way. A different well-known SEO expert will have a different way of doing things. So you have to test it, you know, trial and error. Does that make sense? There's no such thing as the only one way. And what we usually say, the proper terminology is the best practices. So what is the best practices? Because sometimes even the best practices can be eventually removed by Google. Does that make sense? Even sometimes they contradict their own statement. And that's why I don't believe, and this is of course recorded, or I mean saved, yeah, sometimes I don't believe Google 100%. I don't believe it all the time. Okay, my team, we do our own tests with so many clients and we'll see what works. Does that make sense? Like, you know, if you know Google authorship, they removed it last year, and there was a new article saying that, oh, if you have it, we'll still look into it. I'm like, really, Google? Come on, make up your mind. Are you on crack? So I don't take everything they say like as a proof, because as no one knows what the heck Google is doing. Absolutely, because as a business, you're not supposed to throw everything in one basket. What I mean by that, try your best to show up in Bing. Follow the Bing guideline of the Webmaster Bing guideline. Look at Yahoo. Look at Ask. Look at social. Because you as a business owner, your objective is what? To get targeted customer to come to your site, to come to your social media, whatever they come to buy your product and services. So that is the ultimate objective. Does that make sense? So it's not just one thing. That's why when I was building my my knowledge in the online marketing, I couldn't focus on one area, because I noticed that eventually every aspect of online marketing has to be learned, understood, and applied. Does that make sense? So that's what I decided to do. And that's now I have, of course, a team of folks that does all this stuff. I don't have to do it myself. So again, I want to say I still love SEO. I still love it. I mean, it just, the technique, the conversion is amazing. Of course, social media is there and it's powerful because that's a social signal. You need my team, right? Yeah, I have a lot of team. In fact, in my business, I came with a system where I partnership with all the other good companies, and that way, so technically I probably have 2,000 staff. Like if you think about it, because not necessarily myself, but because of partnership, I can claim that I have it because I have access to all their team, all their programs, so I can just get any clients and just do the work. E-commerce platform, I think Magenta and PrestShop should be the best option for e-commerce if you're gonna have somebody build it for you. With WordPress, I mean, they do have WooCommerce, but it's okay. But when it comes to actual e-commerce, I think Magenta, they're number one. In my opinion, they're very, very powerful, very good. And PrestShop, because they're based on I think P3. OpenCart, no, it's okay. OpenCart, I didn't have a good experience with OpenCart. Any good with Optimized Press? I'm almost giving up. Well, I have Optimized Press, Sam, to be honest with you. I mean, I have, and I'm actually working on it. I help several clients. So if you have a specific issue, send me a Twitter direct message and I'll look into it and see if I can help you out. Shopify, those services are good because if you want to save money, pay them monthly, and you don't have to worry about developers and maintenance and whatnot, then Shopify or BigCommerce is one of those options, because you don't have to worry about the technicality if you're not a technical person. But in the long run, I want to stay with Shopify because I don't own the platform. Does that make sense? Everything is under them. Does that make sense? But eventually, I promote, and this is something I practice, I promote that a business owner should have full control. That means when you build the website, buy your own domain by yourself, get your own web hosting, install WordPress, you own it. So that means if you move somewhere else, you can move somewhere else, right? If you have another WordPress developer come and change the site, you can have another WordPress developer to come and change it because it's an open source. Does that make sense? And that's what I recommend. I don't want to be very biased because that's what I use. Even though my team, they do ASP and Joomla and all the other stuff, but I'll focus on this one. Much easier, quick and done. And most businesses are happy because they can blog by themselves and do everything by themselves. On it, you're not even, yes. Yeah, so when it comes to ownership, you have to have ownership. That's why I like, yes, you never know. I mean, the thing with WordPress, I'm not sure it's going to last. We don't know. But I know for one thing, WordPress has a huge community. Especially if you ever attend WordCamp. They have a WordCamp. It's a WordPress Foundation. I mean, it's just, hey, Bobby, good to see you, man. So, and when technology evolves, you gotta move the technology all the time. Does that make sense? I'm not saying I'm going to be WordPress forever, but right now, I've been using it for years. It's very quick. It's very fast. Even Matt Cutts, who works with Google, I'm not sure where he's at right now because he's been missing in action. His own website is in WordPress, and he works for Google. Okay? So, what's going on, Bobby? Okay? So, there you go, folks. If you want to catch the replay about some of the stuff that you need to avoid when it comes to SEO, do you have a favorite program for online classes like Fedora, Teachable, Zippy Courses? Well, if you're talking about like how to do like online course, like how to start a membership website, there are tons. There's so many. I mean, there's so many out there. But if you're talking about specific courses, then you can definitely go to Linda. Those are very specific based. If I didn't answer anybody's question, please do answer. Still asking Optimus Press. Do you have Optimus Press 2.0, Sam? I missed the great content. Thank you, Bobby. Please catch the replay, okay? Okay, so I mean, what kind of, anyway, Sam, DM me. Let me know exactly what's going on. For the membership, wow, there's so many people out there that can teach you how to build a membership. Well, first of all, their own program. I mean, if you go to Optimus Press, Wishlist, Lead Pages, they themselves have webinars teach you how to build online membership. Okay, if you look at Camera Luna, she's an amazing lady. You were there, Camera Luna. She has her own course right now. Chris Ducker does his own course. Who else? I know Dirk. That's why you got the Zippy course from him. Thanks for the PrestaShop recommendation. Magento is a bit daunting. Yeah, okay. PrestaShop is also free. Okay, it's an open source and it's free. Need any help? Okay, Wizik is also good. Okay, can you teach a class in SA? Yes, of course. I mean, charity, you just have to ask. You know, the San Antonio Marketing Group is for the public. You just have to ask, tell me what class, and we'll do it. Well, Magento is too much, right? That's what I'm saying. I mean, I've met, if you get a chance, folks, go ahead and check WP Elevation. I want to do WordPress, but I would be an absolute beginner. Don't know where to start. Okay, Bobby, if you go to my Catch Me, I did 2 Periscope on WordPress like for 2 hours straight. Like I was helping somebody how to set it up from scratch. Okay, so go to catch.me/Yusuf and check out. Why I've been putting off doing anything with the empty store. Okay, so you can see you just look for the WordPress class. It's all there. Okay, now I prefer WordPress because I've met many old school developers that when they saw WordPress, they were like, "This is like heaven." You know why? Because they were able to spend less time to make a cool project and still charge the same money. Okay, that's why to me WordPress is very easy. I mean, I did Joomla, believe it or not. I did Drupal. I did all the other crazy stuff, but I fell in love with WordPress because I can, within less than 2 hours, I can just set it up quickly, make the pages, make the content, I'm good to go. Okay, and that's it. That's why I like WordPress. So if you want to build an e-commerce website, you can use WooCommerce. Okay, that's another very, very basic, simple plugin. Okay. All right, so just a quick recap. In order for you to avoid the following technique, I'm not saying WordPress won't last. I didn't say that. I said in general, we cannot think that something will stay forever. Does that make sense? Just part of life. I mean, when Yahoo was there back in the day, Yahoo used to be the big thing, then Google came out and Google is there. Does that make sense? When MySpace came out, everyone was like, oh, MySpace, and now like Facebook. I'm just saying in reality, there's no such thing that things will stay forever. MySpace, does that make sense? This is just me. I mean, things change in life. Does that make sense? So, but, I mean, I cannot predict that because there's so many programs coming out that is much easier. Look at Google Plus. Who thought about Google Plus going to be shut down? Does that make sense? I'm just saying that we cannot think like things will stay forever. But if you ask me what platform do I love WordPress all the way. We even have a WordPress meetup here in San Antonio. In fact, next week I'm going to be in Austin to attend a WordPress bootcamp. So I love WordPress. Why? Because my kids can build it. Small business can build it quickly. You can own it. You can expand your business later on. When your business increases and you do very good, you can add more stuff to it. Like, membership site, forum. You don't have to rebuild everything from scratch. Does that make sense? That's why I love WordPress, because I personally use it, and I advise all my clients to use that. Okay, so to do a quick recap for the following techniques that you need to avoid. Yes, WordPress is great. Do not do automatic auto-generated content. Don't implement link schemes or little or no content. Don't do cloaking or sneaky redirect, hidden links, doorway pages, scrape content, thin affiliate link, and irrelevant keyword. And make sure that you check the spam comments on your website, remove them, and make sure your website is secure. Okay. Theme, WooCommerce, or fan bundle e-commerce theme. Yes. Can you recommend a WordPress module that would let me visually depict a path that has links to posts? Well, first of all, you have to understand that WordPress is based on PHP. If you know PHP, and if you want to completely go crazy on it, you can do that. If you go to themeforest.net, they have a bunch of e-commerce themes. You can look at their documentation to see what it comes with, or you can contact the developer directly and ask them those questions for what you want to do. But WooCommerce is the most popular one when it comes to e-commerce. Okay. Yeah, ThemeForest, look for Event. Right now you have Divi, you have Headaway, you have Thesis, you have drag and drop, you have Visual Composer. Does WordPress have a separate editor for web and mobile devices, different for the same site? No, it's all the same because all responsive based. Thank you, Charity. Thank you so much. I heard so many good things about the Charity at the SBDC. You've been giving awesome LinkedIn classes, so thank you for that. Yeah, ThemeForest is great. Yes. Okay, so any question about bad habit or bad technique not to use on SEO? If you don't have any question, we can just start chit-chatting. And for those who learn what they want to learn, you're more than welcome to come back later. Okay, so and if you ever want to learn more about the guidelines, how do I get to #1 in Google? Go to Fiverr. No, if you want to be on #1 on Google through paid advertising, then you have to pay Google AdWords. Within 24 to 48 hours, you're going to be there. But organically, you have to implement SEO, which stands for Selling Enormous Octopus. That's what's scary, right? So you have to implement search engine optimization strategies. So first, you have to work on the site and do all this technique. Then you have to do the monthly work, and eventually you're gonna be there. But for the word cupcake. If you want to learn the Google Web Standard Guideline in terms of on-site SEO, just go to Google Search Console. Go to Google Search Console and look for. Let me see here. When you go to Google Search Console, they have a Webmaster Academy. You can basically learn everything they tell you to do when it comes to website. Okay. Let me share that with you. Just give me a second. Give me a second. Where are you? Let's see. Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah. Let's see. Give me a second here. Let me show you this link. Indeed. Let me share this link with you. Indeed. So basically, if you follow those information that Google asks you to do, it will help you big time. Indeed. So the link is, oh my god, it's freaking too long. Okay, just do a search for Google Webmaster Academy, and they'll have a bunch of information, before you start with the website, in the middle, and how to do everything. That's a question everyone asks me. They all want to be #1 with the with the month on the all site. I get this all the time too. It's hilarious. I want to rank. I'm like, why? Well, because everyone says so. I'm like, why everyone says so? Why do you want to rank? So what is your business? Do you care about ranking, or do you care about getting customer? How are you going to get the customer? If I'm going to help you within 5 to 6 months, rank you on the first page, and your website sucks, and the copy is all messed up, a lot of grammatical mistake, and a bunch of cats and flashing images, that's not going to help. So what you need to focus on, even though ranking matters, but I think we should focus more on the conversion side of things, and a better user experience for the target market or for the visitor. It takes hard work and money to rank high. You're absolutely correct, because that's why I don't believe all these nonsense software that comes out you're going to be ranked within 24 hours organically. What hat technique? I'm like, really? How does that work? Yeah, or you can rank for the term that don't exist. You can rank automatically on the front page for a term that doesn't exist. What do you think about buying web domain from GoDaddy? Buying for what reason though? If it's your business, that's it. I mean, if you're a domainer, this is something else. There is some type of business called domainers. So these people, they buy domain. I used to do that. Buy domain and sell it for a higher bid. That's something that has nothing got to do with the search engine. Okay. In fact, a domain that has the keyword on the domain, I think right now it has no strong effect. So what the business need to focus on is, I want to get customers. I want to get targeted traffic. I want my customer to be able to, for them to be able to find me. Does that make sense? You can rank your first everywhere. You can rank your first everywhere. Something on the search word. Yeah. So that's we have to educate the clients or the leads that, you know, ranking is not the only thing. You need to make sure that you have a presence on local listing, on the social media presence, on the internet, and you have to get as many targeted traffic. So when they land on your website, you have to tell them exactly what they need to do, where they need to go, what they need to buy, how they can call you. Those are the stuff that matters. Does that make sense? When it comes to the search engine with our team, sometimes we have like 6-7 people working on one website, anywhere between 30 to 50 hours a month, from content writing, link building, social media update, analyzing, you know, testing, that kind of stuff. So it takes a lot of time and effort. But once you reach that level, within a few months, then once you get enough hits, enough traffic on the front page, then it's good, right? Social media really seems to be the key now. How do you SEO for customers versus for ranking? How much? You guys, a lot of questions. I'm getting tired. Have you seen what is it? Hilarious. Okay. If I didn't answer your question, please repeat the question one more time. Okay, repeat the question one more time. If I didn't answer your question, please repeat it. Social media helps, but here's the thing. Okay, link scars. I want to check it out. What is that? Link scars. Link. What's for the dinner? I'm checking right now. Link scars. All right, let me show you guys. This is hilarious. Look at that. Look at that. This is what I'm talking about. Look at this. This is awesome. Car leasing. Want a cheap new lease car? Start here. Wow, this is hilarious. Look at that. Oh, it's beautiful. Nice. Oh my God. Oh, that is so funny. Me. Oh my God. Play a stupid game. What the heck, man? I feel like I'm back in the 90s, man. What did you do, man? What did you do? You made me go back to the 90s right now. Oh my gosh, 90s and 80s, man. It doesn't even exist anymore. This is ridiculous. What are the cats for? Yeah. That is messed up. I'm going to use it, man. Thank you. Thank you, man. That's awesome. So, here's the thing with the social media. Oh my God. No, man. This is insane. You know what? I'm going to show you something real quick. Flip fit waiting. Okay, look at that. Oh my God. Whoa. But you know what? I want to see something. I want to check something. I'm gonna copy this link, go to compete, and see what happens. Compete. That's a website. Let me see how many hits this website gets. Okay, let's see. Let's see, man. Let's see. Nothing, of course. Nothing. 0. Okay. But what about Zombo.com? What about this one here? Did anybody see this? Did anybody see this website? Zombo.com? Welcome. This is Zombo.com. Welcome.
This is Zombo.com.
All it does, it just says welcome. This is Zombo.com. That's it.
You can do anything at Zombo.com.
Yeah, it looks like I'm in London, right?
Anything at all. The only limit
Is yourself. So this thing keeps playing and playing, it's looping, right? It's hilarious. Welcome to Zombo.com. Anyway, if I check the traffic on this one,
this is Zombo.com.
It's hilarious. Yes. This
is Zombo.com, and welcome to you who have come to Zombocom.
Yes, welcome.
Anything
It's possible.
At Zombocom. You can do anything.
Okay, so this is Zombocom, but look at the traffic. Look at that, 50,000 is going up,
At Zombocom.
like almost 200,000 hits.
The unattainable
a month.
is unknown at Zombocom. Welcome to Zombocom.
Can you believe this? Look at that. Almost 200,000 hits. I'm not kidding. This is true. This is actual tool. So this website, because I don't know, it has a flash and I guess people go to it. It gets a lot of traffic. But look, it gets 200,000 visitors. Isn't that crazy? All right. That was hilarious. Welcome to Zombocom. Everything is possible in Zombocom. Okay. He needs to yes, he needs to monetize. Put some sort of like call to action or whatnot. But yeah, that's hilarious. 200,000 hits. Can you believe it? How do you do SEO for customers versus just for ranking high? Don't mean selling enormous octopus. Okay, that's a good question. Tag time in the house. That's a good question, Bobby. Here's the thing. Any kind of customer, if you have a website, what you need to focus on before anything else, what is the purpose of the website? Okay, what is the purpose of the website? Are you trying to sell something in the website? Are you trying to capture email addresses and names? Are you trying to make them call you? Does that make sense? So what is the purpose of the website? Is it for selling? Is it for information? Is it for a brochure? Number two, how many pages do you need? As a customer, how many pages do you need and why? Why do I need home page, service page, about page? There has to be a reason. And all those content has to talk to that audience. The purpose is a key. Yes, indeed. Then number three, what kind of call to action do you want to put on the website? Is it call now? Call me now, right? Okay. Or is it like, what do you call it? Put your name and email address. So there has to be a very clear call to action. Okay. How do you rate Facebook advertising? I'll get back to that later. Let me go ahead and finish answering this one because my words is coming out of my mouth so fast. Okay. If I'm too fast to stop me, all right? So that was number three. When you make those pages, you have to understand what is the basic standard when it comes to SEO. Like, when I build it, like what should I put on the back? And you have to do some sort of keyword research, find out what my customer is looking for. So for instance, let me give you a quick example. Right now, I want you all type this in the comment, but don't hit send yet. Don't hit send, okay? I want you all to look at this thing. Don't hit send. Just tell me what is this, okay? But don't hit send. I want you all to be ready. Type what is this, but do not hit send. Okay? I'm going to tell you when you're going to do that. But you're going to see this. Type it down in the comment, but do not hit send until I count to 3. So y'all ready? Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Let's see if the comment shows up. That's money, thank you. So there you go. Flash drive, USB drive, thumb drive, USB drive. Okay? Flash drive, traffic, demographic thingy. Good one, Tumani. Scan disk. You see? Now, this is the proof in the pudding. You see, all of us, for one product, we gave it a different keyword or key phrase. So that means you have to understand the intent and what your customer are searching in the search engine. Like for your product and services, what are they searching for? Does that make sense? Okay, so you go to Google Keyword Planner, or you go to keywordtool.io or any keyword software that you need to use it to do some research to find out, to understand the intent and the behavior of your target market, right? Then when you build a website, make sure the content and the copy is for your audience. Then you have to do what we call it is on-site SEO. That means every page should have relevant key phrases, meta tag. The content should have some sort of keyword in them, but not too many. You have to make it very natural, very humanly readable. Then you have to make sure there is no broken links. All the images should have some sort of a keyword-based file name or alt text. And there's so much stuff you have to do when it comes to SEO. I'm going to probably do another scope specifically how on-site SEO is done, okay? Once you do that, make sure the Google Analytics is installed. The Google Webmaster Tool is installed for verification. When you optimize the pages, you go to Google Webmaster Tool and submit for indexing, okay? So that's it. That's done. Then if you're a local business owner, sign up with Google Business Page, which is free, or Yelp or Foursquare and whatnot, so you can be visible locally. Then we have to come and talk about how many social media channels do we need and why do we need them, and how we are going to strategize and use them. Because when it comes to social media, and Sam can help me with this, social media mostly is not about selling. It's not more about like broadcasting, buy my stuff. It's more about building a community. It's more about giving value, engaging, interacting with your target market. Why? It's like a word of mouth, but digital word of mouth, right? Then you have to make a decision which one I'm going to pick. Then you have to come with a monthly SEO strategy. Like, I'm going to do a press release for the new website, link building, content writing, videos. So many things you have to do in order for you to organically rank on the front page. If you have extra cash, you want to invest in advertising, Google AdWords or Facebook ad, that's another way. Does that make sense? But yes, content is always value. If you keep the content original and organic and awesome, and that your audience will share and comment, that's what you need. My grandpa still search things on newspaper ads and other things. Well, sometimes that might work. I know billboard still work in a way. Speaking of hashtag of pages and numbers, do you need to pages to really recognize comment on Google? Okay. When it comes to pages, I recommend first of all, why you want to have the pages. I recommend 5 or more, but not 10, 20 in the same navigation. So let's assume you have all social media is what I will use. Okay. 1 second. You guys asked too many questions, which is very good. Okay. Here's the thing. When it comes to pages, first, why do you want to have those pages? If you have 20 services that you have to explain each one of them by itself, you can add them with a sub page. So you can have 5 pages, home, about, services. Below the services, you can have 10 sub pages. Then blog and contact. But the navigation itself, if you keep it less, you will go. It takes time to be active on all platforms to get noticed. That's true. In social media, I thought you said more pages was good. I have 15. Okay, guys, calm down. Let me answer one question at a time. I'm not a robot. Okay. So what I'm trying to explain is that on the navigation, what happened again, going back to user experience. If you put too many, if you put like 20 on the navigation, do you think somebody visiting the site going to look at all of them? They're not, because it's like, we have a short attention span, folks. So if you put 5, let's say, Joanne, you have 15 pages. Maybe you can put 5, the main, then some of them as a sub pages, which is equivalent or total to 15 pages. Does that make sense? I hate one thing on the website. I don't know why. I hate on-page website. Even like the one flat. What do you call it? The flat. Forgot the name. It's like when you click, it just kind of goes up and down like a mobile device. That's what you're talking about. So that's what I mean. Having more pages that has awesome content for the customer that helps them, yes, it's good. Having more pages is good. What I mean, on the navigation, if you put 20 of them or even 30, it looks kind of odd and boring. That's what I meant. Keep that to 5, then you can make the sub pages. Does that make sense? You can do that if you want to. If you want to get the SEO juice, you can. But at the same time, you also have to think about the usability. Okay? I will talk about the Facebook advertising in a few minutes. 1 second. No, answer all questions at one time. Damn it, right? So, what I want to say is that you have to think about the user experience, folks. You have to make it easy for the visitor. If I come to your website, I need to make sure it's like this links card is crazy. It has to be very easy for me to navigate, to look what I'm looking for easily and fast. Okay? Think about from your customer point of view, not just a search engine all the time. I hope I answered your question. Now, about the Facebook. Facebook business page is free, but to run the Facebook advertising is not. You have to pay for running a Facebook advertising, and the Facebook advertising is different than Google AdWords. You have to adapt to your target market. Absolutely. So in Facebook advertising, you have to run the advertising based on people's interest. Telegraph, this site is huge, and use WordPress. I work something for them. Telegraphy. Let me check that. Telegraphy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 pages. Okay, not bad. Tons of content though. Is it like a news? Looks like a news. News is different. Okay. Target your ads on Facebook. So Facebook. Okay. So how do you do ads work on Facebook? I can't even read. So in Google AdWords, In Google AdWords, the keyword or the advertising based on keyword. In Facebook, there's no keyword. It's based on interest. So you can pick a location, you can pick a zip code, and then you can tap interest. If somebody, okay, interested in weight loss, that means Facebook will show your advertising to somebody who's interested in weight loss. How do they do that? Just like Google, they're not going to tell you anything. But what they told us is, if somebody like a page on the fitness, if somebody click on a link for fitness, if somebody on their profile has information about the fitness or weight loss, that's how Facebook will, show those results. And Facebook advertising is much cheaper than Google AdWords. Okay, it's not the same. So don't think of AdWords when it comes to Facebook advertising. It's totally different. And I highly recommend that you, because I learned from this guy, I highly recommend that you check John Loomer. Okay, I highly recommend you. Let me show you this link. You should put this okay in your website as a brand link. Okay, all right. So there you go. I highly recommend that you mark this page. Okay, johnloomer.com. Does Facebook ad just direct you to the business page? Great question. Make sure you write down this website, okay? His ads are awesome. Love how you can really customize. Yes, editor is amazing. So in Facebook advertising, even though this is a Google scope, quickly, in Facebook advertising, I think there are like 10 categories. So you can have an ad go to a website directly. You can have an ad go to a landing page. You can have an ad to get more likes. You can have an ad for the actual post. You can have an ad to get more views in the video. You can have an ad for your mobile app. You can have an ad for your Facebook and so forth. Okay, there's so many. I used a t-shirt line with some crazy camel. Yes, indeed. Okay, so do the Facebook ads just direct you to the business page? No, that's what I'm saying. There's like 10 categories. You can select whatever you want. If you wanted to get more likes, there's a specific ad for that. If you want more traffic to your website, there's an ad for that. If you want to get increased leads, lead capture, there's a specific ad for that. Power Editor is very cool. You have to have a Chrome though. You need to use the Chrome browser to create a Power Editor because you can customize your target market. So yes, that's for the Facebook, okay? Cost, yes, vary, but the cost is awesome because Facebook will tell you if you select how many volume of people that are going to see the ad, for every increase of volume, you're going to tell you how much it's going to cost. I'm telling you, do not think like Google AdWords. Stop thinking like Google AdWords. Just go to Facebook, go to John Loomer, and he will show you step by step how it's done. Yes, that was John Loomer. It's G-O-N. Okay, Bobby? G-O-N-L-O-O-M-E-R. JohnLoomer.com. Because I learned from him, and I basically told my team to learn everything from him. Okay, I think he's the best when it comes to like Facebook advertising. Okay. Yes, John Loomer. Yeah, gone. Let me show again. Here you go. There you go. John Loomer. There you go. Take a snapshot. Yes, make sure to check the time schedule. Thank you, Charity. And also you can set the date and make sure you set the date from what day to what day you want to do the ad. If you want to learn more about Facebook advertising, so check this one. He has tons of blog posts about doing different cool things on Facebook advertising, okay? John Loomer, G-O-N. Do you see this? Come on, man. Just copy this, okay? Okay, any more question? Any more questions? There were tons of questions I couldn't answer. Please repeat it. If I didn't answer any question, repeat, please. Where I'm from, planet Earth. I'm in San Antonio, Texas. How much does he cost, John? Well, I mean, he has a training program. You can check it out. But you can read his blog post. You will still learn from his blog post a lot. What do you think about programming language? Do you know anything? Man, I'm going to tell you one thing. I took Java a long time ago. I'm not a math geek. Actually, I don't like math. Can you believe it? When I see code, it freaks me out. So what I decided to do is I just hire smart people to do the work. I don't do programming, man. If you're a programmer, I'll probably hire you and put you to work. Okay? No, I don't. I mean, like I said, I don't use any programming. I don't use Python or Ruby on Rails. No, none of those. You're asking the wrong guy. Do you have a favorite WordPress theme? I usually like Studio Press or Genesis. We use that for most of our clients because it's very fast, it's very good. But that's what I use for most of my customers. But our developers, they actually do a lot of custom. Okay, Studio Press is what I prefer. You're from planet Earth? That's debatable. Hey, I'm an alien. You never know, right? I'm an alien. Originally from Bangladesh, but born and raised in Mecca. Okay. Yeah, I'm an alien. Okay. Any more questions? Those questions were great. I need more questions. Come on, send those questions. If I didn't answer them, please repeat it. I apologize because it's very fast and I only have one side of the brain that I can use it to think. Okay. So let's see. Yeah, but even Justin Bieber looks like human. A good one, Usmani. So anyway, I hope this scope was beneficial when it comes to the technique that you need to avoid. In fact, when you hire somebody, make sure they understand what are those techniques, because if they don't, it's possible they don't know what they're doing. Okay? Okay. But later on, I'm going to do a scope on like step-by-step on SEO and whatnot, but this is just kind of warming everybody up. You're welcome, Bobby. You are most welcome, man. Do you have a social media plan template? Like, are you talking about a form or a questionnaire or a strategy? Because we don't have like a set strategy. We have to look at every client, and based on what they need, we just come with the proposal. What was your WordPress video tutorial again? Okay, if you go to any luck figuring out how to remove dates from blog posts? Yes, I said it's through coding. I didn't have the chance to videotape the coding. We are still looking for the plugin, Valerie. Charity, you can go to, let me show you. So go to cash.me/yusufchowdhury. Cash.me/yusufchowdhury. Okay? So when you go there, let me tell you which one is it. Let's see. There was also 6, like here, look at this one. Live workshop. I did a seminar, 6 parts on WordPress, step by step, how to build a website on WordPress, step by step. So there are 6 parts, okay? Each one of them probably like 30 to 40 minutes. Then there's another one, which is for an hour. Let's see, where did it go? Where did it go? Let me look at it. We're gonna go. Here's another one, beginner's guide, step by step walkthrough. This one right here as well. Beginner's guide, step by step walkthrough on WordPress. Or you can follow Press for. I'm sorry. What's so social? You can follow what's so social. WordPress post dot remover. Oh, so that's the plugin. What is it again, Osmani? What is it called? WordPress post data plugin. Let's see. Is it this one? Is it this one? WordPress data remover. WordPress. Are you sure? Data. Okay, so WordPress. Oh, there you go. Valerie, look at that. Here we go. Your solution has been discovered. Henry, good to see you, man. I could not find this, but thank you, Osmani. So this is customize your metadata instantly or just timeline, screenshot. Yep, there you go. Okay, Valerie. So thank you, Uthmani. Thank you for helping us out. Here's the plugin. I'm going to tell my developer too. 1 second. There you go. Okay. So there you go. There you go, Valerie. This is the WP author date in meta remove, because there is a way to remove it using the CSS code. And of course, most of my developers are geeks. They don't like to use plugins. They hate plugins. Okay. So there you go. I hope you wrote it down. Oh, let me go. It's called It's called WP Author WP Author Data and Meta Remover. This one here. Take a snapshot. In fact, I'm gonna send it to your directly to your what do you call it, Twitter. I'm gonna go to your Twitter and I'm going to send you the link. Valerie. Okay. Where are you? Valerie. Okay, let's see. There you go. Alright, I sent it to your Twitter account. So you can check that plugin and try it and see if you can remove the date from your post. Because I knew this was going to be a plugin, but we couldn't find it for some reason. I guess we're using the wrong word. We didn't use the data remover. We keep looking for date. This is really long name for a plugin. Yeah, I know, but I send you a link, so don't worry about it. It's in your Twitter DM. Thank you for the hearts. Thank you. Thank you so much. Okay, any more questions about Google, about SEO, about is Sam still here? Okay, I clipped my fingernails 2 days ago. Just FYA. That's painful. Okay. Sorry about that, Bobby. Okay. All right. Anything else, folks? Anything else before I leave? Before I hit the sack? Let's see. Okay. All right, no more questions? Thank you for the hearts. For those that, okay, thanks. Anytime, Bobby, anytime. You are most welcome. Anytime, my friend, anytime. All right, so we'll see you all on Monday. You all have an awesome, thank you, Charity. I want to see you. Hey, Charity, are you scoping too? Anytime, Asmani, anytime. You are most than welcome. You're always welcome. You are always welcome. Press for promotion. Okay. All right, folks. You are going to have to do a structured course. Please, 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 please. Okay. Actually, sometimes, okay, Charity, I don't know if I'm following, but I'll double check to see if I'm following you. Okay, what is a tag tribe? Let me show you. Let me show you what is a tag tribe. Man, I suck. Okay, here we go. So tag tribe, I'm like, Beauty Academy, you join. We're almost done with the scope, but you can watch the replay. And if you don't, you can just chit chat with us, okay? So Tag Tribe was, good to see you again, Beauty Academy. Tag Tribe is a group for periscopers. It was founded by Mark Shaw. And the purpose of the group, in fact, I think I should add you. The purpose of the group is to help, new scopers or any scopers to get some help on how to scope, or to get followers, to get some sort of support. It's basically a support group for periscopers, okay? As you can see, the community is very active all the time. People share their scope, people comment, people help each other. If you don't know who's Mark Shaw, you need to follow Mark Shaw because he's amazing, okay? He's like a Twitter strategist and a social media expert. As you can see, a lot of interaction, a lot of activities. So Scope Tribe, okay. And there's so many awesome groups. There is Tag Tribe, Love Tribe, Perry 10K, Perry Family, Scope Tribe, so many of them. This is the first one that I joined, heavily active. They have like close to 2,000, almost 2,400 members. So if you want me to add you, Cherry, let me know. I can go ahead and add you right now. Should I go ahead and do that for you? Should I add you? I need to ask your permission. Yes, it's on Facebook. Yes, indeed, it's on Facebook. And if you go to their website, tagtribes.media, they will send you every Saturday some tips and advice. Okay, let me go ahead and add you. Let's see if... there you go. Aha. So let me go ahead and add you. Right? That's your account, right? Charity, that's your account, right? Just want to make sure. I'm not adding a clone. There you go. Who else who wants to be added? But you to be my friend in Facebook. Asmani, are you my friend in Facebook? You got to follow me on Facebook first, man. Right? You got to look me up, man. You got to look me up. Okay, there you go. You got to look me up, brother. There you go. So there you go. Look at my profile, man. Do you like that? Hey, Charity, do you have something like this? It's pretty cool, right? It's my video on my profile. It's pretty neat, huh? So, Asmani, if you add me, then I'll go ahead and add you to the tag tribe. Okay, oh, there you go. That was fast, man. How did you do that? Look at that. Look at that. Okay, let me go ahead and add you as well. Oh my God, what did I do now? Hey, Rachel, how are you? Rachel, how are you? Kim, how are you doing? I'm actually done with the scope, so right now I'm basically chit-chatting. So if you have any question about online marketing, social media, how to ride a crazy camel, just let me know. So there you go. There you go, bro. I added you as well. Okay? So I added you to the tag tribes community. A clone? Who would be that? Clone! Of course I want to be a clone. Don't worry, Rachel. It's in the Catch Me. Just go to Catch Me, watch the replays. You can forward and rewind. I basically talked about 12 technique that we're supposed to avoid. Melissa, good to see you. When it comes to like on-site SEO. If it's too technical, you're always welcome to tweet any questions, and I'll be more than happy to help you. Okay? So yeah. So right now we're just asking questions. Dilio, are you causing trouble? Of course, Melissa. You know me. I'm a troublemaker. That should be my tagline. Yusuf Chowdhury, the optimization guy, aka the troublemaker. How do you watch again? Let me show you. Let me show you. Let me show you. Rob, good to see you. Okay. Peace upon you. You too, Akhi. You too, brother. It's 3 p.m. already? All right. My brain can't handle too much tech. Well, that's a thing, Rachel. I try to make tech very simple. I basically speak in baby language. Okay. So this is the site. Go to catch.me/yusufchowdhury. Okay. And you can, click on any scope. And you can click play, and you can also pause it. You can forward like that. You see that? So similar to the first one. And you can also. That's awesome, Rob. That's awesome, man. We should blab sometime, dude. We should blab and talk about the latest and the greatest. Share some of our thoughts on SEO, because I love SEO, right? You can embed this scope in your blog if you want to. And when you do that, make sure to put your own content. You can share everywhere. Thank you very much, Yusuf. You're incredibly generous with your valuable knowledge and a fun guy. Thank you so much, Scope Scout, because Scott. Sorry, man. Okay, who's the funny guy? The subject of tech and online marketing, honestly, is kind of boring. So I'm doing my best to make it, fun, so y'all can learn. Thank you, Charity. Okay. And easy to learn. This is how I do it. This is how I do it. Okay. Even you can ask Charity. She's my San Antonian buddy. Okay, you can ask her. Well, I was talking about some of the technique that you need to avoid when it comes to like on-site SEO. Like the automatic content scraping, cloaking, that kind of basic stuff. And we're done. And right now we're just chit-chatting. We're just asking questions. And if anybody has a question or about online marketing or social media, we're just chit-chatting and talking and wasting time, I guess. Okay. All right. Let's see. Oh no, I'm not. Come on. Okay. You still use keywords. Well, for research, we still do. But I also mentioned that due to the update with algorithm, right now Google trying to understand what the content is. The title tag, yes, I still use the keyword on the title tag, but it has to be humanly readable. Meta tag keyword. No, meta tag keyword doesn't work, man. That's been off for like what? That's been gone for years. I think it still works for the news website, but for most of us, meta tag keyword, it's leave it empty. But the meta description, you still have to use that, even though it doesn't help with ranking. But for sure, you already know that it helps with the click-through rate. So the meta description has to be unique, relevant, with some sort of call to action that can help. Then, of course, all the alt tag and all the basic stuff. What keyword research program do you recommend? If it's free, Google Keyword Planner, but I love Market Samurai. There's a long tail keyword pro, but I like Market Samurai. Okay? Did you see my question about YouTube? No, I didn't. There's also spyfu.com, another keyword, spyfu.com, which is not free, and keyword spy. and of course I also use SEMrush. Hey, Rob, you have a Longtail Pro. How is it? Because I actually bought it. I purchased it, but I haven't got the chance to play with it because I've been using Market Samurai for quite some time. So what do you think about Longtail? I mean, is it really similar to Market Samurai? Is it much easier? Or, well, like I said, I didn't get a chance to mess with it. But you do recommend that one, right? Okay. So yeah, can you scope about how to upload scope to YouTube video? That's a good question. It's very easy. It's very easy. Basically, when you scope, you save the video on your phone, and you can plug your phone to your laptop, and from there you can put it to your laptop and upload it to YouTube. Okay, that's the old school way of doing it. I don't know how you can do it from your phone. You cannot do that. Why? Can you plug your phone to your laptop to move the video to your laptop? Can you do that? Can you do that? No, not enough storage on your laptop? Then that means you have to clear the storage or have an external hard drive and move the video to the external hard drive. My iPhone allows direct upload to the YouTube. Yes. Yeah, that's another one, because if you click on the video file, it gives you the option to take it to YouTube. That's another one. Thank you. Rob, can you repeat that question again, please? Should be on camera roll and upload to you. There you go. You see, I have an iPhone, and can you believe it? I even know the answer. I went old school. My ScanDisk thing is not working. Yes, I'm sorry. Again, I didn't get a chance to test the ScanDisk. But do you use iPhone, Joanne, or Android? Droid. I need you to demo. Oh wow, okay. Look at that. It's like a request. I gotta do it. An iPhone I can because I'm periscoping. How would I do that? So in the iPhone, when you go to, can you do Periscope through a desktop using? Can you do Periscope through a desktop using Camera Live? I don't know if you're asking that question, or is that a question? I'm kind of lost. I'm sorry. Can you repeat that question, Rob? I'm sorry. I didn't understand. I'm sorry. Oh, you're asking. Can you do a Periscope? What is the difference between a squeeze page and a landing page? Same thing. Squeeze page, opt-in page, landing page, they all synonymously means the same, but it depends how you're gonna call it. Some of them have a little bit different. Periscope is only off mobile. Yes, it's on the mobile. You can view it from the web. It's on mobile. When it deletes after 24 hours, you can set it up where you can save it on your phone, or you can use Catch Me and download it through Catch Me. So on the iPhone, when your video is saved in the, like the camera, right, the camera icon, when the video is saved in that file, you can click on the video, and there's an option like an arrow that says share, and it will give you the option to text it or send it to a Gmail, or maybe directly to YouTube. What about process of going from Catch Me to YouTube? Catch Me, there's no way from Catch Me. You have to download it. So there is a feature in Catch Me that says download to your computer, and from your computer you can upload it to YouTube. Do you use a product like Lead Pages for those? I myself haven't used it yet, but for my clients, we use Lead Pages, Optimize Press, Wishlist. Different clients have different platform. We just work with whatever platform they were using. We work with those. Okay. So let me show you, Joanne. On Catch Me, I want to send Facebook visitor to my website. What do you suggest is the best way to do that? Facebook advertising. So right here, Joanne. So that means from your own Catch Me, you can click download, and it downloads to your laptop. Then from there you can upload it to YouTube. Or let me show you. I have to, what do you call it? In my iPhone, if all the videos I can click to share directly from my iPhone to what you call it to YouTube. Okay. You can also try. Maybe I haven't tried this. You can try. I know WeVideo. It's a targeted ad on Facebook. So WeVideo is like a video editing software that is a cloud based. So I can shoot a video with my iPhone, and I can upload the video directly to this editing service, and from there I can directly upload it to YouTube. You can also upload video from your desktop, from your phone to the WeVideo as well, and from there to YouTube as well. Have you ever used Sensei? If so, what's your thoughts? Sensei, I heard about it, but I don't think I used it. I don't think I've used it. That's a good question. Okay. I don't think I've used it, Sensei. Okay. Membership plugin, Sensei. No, I did not. I did not use it, but I will. Let's see. There's also free membership plugin from WordPress if you guys want to know. With her Periscope replays on YouTube. Yes, actually, Alex Patet used to do that with the banner, and now what is his name? Michael Hyatt does it too. Do people make money advertising? Yes, I did a couple of affiliate on Facebook advertising. Yes, and I made some money by selling these hosting companies, you know, like SiteGround and WP Engine. So I did a couple of ads and made some extra cash. Okay. All right. Keep this question coming, folks. I'm here for you. Okay, I'm here for you. Have any question? Keep asking. Rob, I don't know if I missed a question. If I missed a question, please repeat it. Apologize. How many domains you own? Me? I don't know, man. I mean, right now I don't own my own domain anymore because I have tons of clients, so I just take care of them. My own domain probably have 1 or 2 for my personal, maybe a few for my business, for my company domain address. That's about it. Because the days of the domainers, I don't do that anymore. Okay, but if you're a domainer, and that's a good thing, you can definitely still buy and sell those domains. Awesome. Seems like competition would drive ad price up to a point it becomes unprofitable. Are you talking about the Facebook advertising or the Google AdWord? I'm telling you, man, Facebook advertising is much easier. In fact, we're going to have a workshop on Facebook advertising on the 27th. What would be a great book on SEO for beginners that you know about? Bobby, that's an excellent question. Do you have any Amazon affiliate sites? An actual site? Nope. Nope, just an affiliate link. That's about. I haven't built any content-based, niche-based website on affiliate Amazon. Good question, though, Rob. When it comes to books on SEO, unfortunately, because SEO changes like almost every 2-3 months, I mean, it's not wise thing to actually read from a book. What I would advise you, okay, ad banners, blocking programs, a major concern. Ad banners is if you have too many, it can. He teaches a good. Yes, I did a class on affiliate marketing. Yes, Bobby. When it comes to books, before you go to books, I recommend first that you go to this website. Let me show you real quick. Maybe you're a book person. I had one book. It's an old school. There you go. The one that I use. If you want a book, actually, if you want, I can probably send you this if you want it. This is this one right here. Okay, 3rd edition. Okay, but again, a lot of stuff because Google always changes. A lot of stuff probably change because a lot of things on the internet keeps changing all the time. I asked you before if you use title attribute and images for SEO. Yes, I still do the alt tag. Yes, I still use that. The alternative text, and yes, I think you still have to use that. Rob, thank you for asking. So that's the thing with when it comes to online marketing. I mean, you can read this book. I mean, you can just go to the library if you need. I can send it. Just let me know. But a lot of things changes though. Does that make sense? But if you want to learn, go to moz.com. Okay, go to moz.com. They do Friday, like a Friday video kind of thing. They have an actual guide on SEO 101. Yes, but there is a little ad. Yes, indeed. Yes, moz.com. If you go to moz.com, they have a section for beginner's guide on SEO. Just read that. Okay, I think it's still valid. It's still considered, mostly about the on-site SEO stuff. So read that one. Just if I give you too much information, I'm afraid you might get overwhelmed. Okay, so just go to moz.com for now, and let me see if I can find that link for you. Let's see. Yes, moz.com / moz.com / learn / SEO. Too late. I'm already over. Ever see Source Wave.com? Oh, really? Wave, what's his name? I know Pat Flynn interviewed Wave, but I thought he used I thought he used like a what is his name? His name is Blake. But I thought he used a technique that is actually not. He openly says that he doesn't. He used like maybe that's. I have to double check. Where can I find the latest changes in Google algorithm updates? Good question. I'll give you that link. So Bobby, go ahead and save this one and just read this. Don't do anything else. If you're already overwhelmed, don't keep reading stuff because you're gonna lose your hair if you have a hair. Okay. So for the latest updates, there is a link. Let's see. Google algorithm. Let me find that link. It should be somewhere here. I'm gonna do a quick search. Okay, give me a minute. I'll find you a link that you can see all the updates. Okay, give me a second. Yeah, SourceWave. Yeah, that guy actually, if I remember, he openly, I could be wrong, I'm gonna have to double check. Don't take my word for it, but I think he openly said that he practiced black hat technique. Okay, so, SourceWave. Let's see, I think that's him. Alex Becker. Yeah, that's him. He got a beginner's guide. Is that a good one? I mean, let's see. Okay. I have to double check. I'm gonna have to go. I'm gonna have to go listen to the interview between him and Pat Flynn. Yes, because he says something like he actually uses some technique that like he doesn't care. But don't take my word for it. But I'm gonna have to go back and double check. That's why I don't actually, read his stuff or follow his stuff. Give me a second. Let me find you the link for all the updates. Yeah, he is funny, because he can fix those things. He knows what he's doing. That's the thing. Does that make sense? Okay, there you go. So here's the link. Okay, moz.com/Google-algorithm-change. Black hat, white hat. Again, Bobby, don't worry about it. Just take one step at one step. Yeah, here we go. Sorry, here we go. So what Moz, every time Google makes any changes, it will be submitted right here, so you can see what changes they made, what is it about, all the information right there, all the way from going back to like 2000, from 2000 all the way to like 2015. Okay, so you can find all the updates right there. Okay. Anyway, so to keep things very basic, just learn the beginner's guide on SEO from Moz, because they're considered like the #1, especially to me when it comes to like best practices, because they do follow what what do you recommend if someone gets Google Sandbox? Well, we do have a team that we can try to contact Google to kind of bring you back if you get slapped, because that's up to Google. I mean, you can get a chance to get back or you might not. So the best thing is, the best thing is, the only time you get slapped if you violate the guideline. I mean, if you don't, so here's the thing: if you write content in your website, if you're active in social media, if you don't use any of the tricks that I mentioned, you should be okay. Does that make sense? Because it's all about good content sharing, making sure that you build a community that will enjoy your information. If you do all those, no snook. I used to remember the snook. No, man, forget the snook. Anything automation, anything like that, you have to understand how the Google bots or the Yahoo bots or the Bing bots and all these spiders, how they work. Does that make sense? And secondly, you also have to think about the thing with the manipulating the search engine. You have to understand, look, it's not about just the search engine. You have to make sure that my customer that I'm targeting, I want to make sure that when they find my website, they are feeling happy, they have an awesome experience. That should be the focus. Does that make sense? And there's so many other ways to get traffic to your website to get that conversion. So you don't want to throw everything in one basket. What I mean by that, You don't want to just do SEO and that's it. That's a mistake. Do social, do SEO, do online advertising. Even if you have to do direct mail, if it helps, do it. Look for duplicate content or repetitive links drop at the same time. Duplicate content, I think Google will penalize you. Do you think keyword density still comes into play since Google is all about its semantic? That's an excellent question, Rob. The thing with even though Google says keyword density doesn't matter, okay, but the confusion in that statement is that if you stuff the content with tons of keyword, which will raise up the keyword density, you can get penalized. Does that make sense? So what I recommend using the Yoast plugin. So that's why I was mentioning in the beginning that I don't just believe everything Google says, because we basically practice the best practices and we test and see which one works, and we'll stick with it. So I use SEO plugin. So in the SEO plugin by Yoast, awesome, that's awesome, Rob. There is a section called keyword density. So I recommend a lot of my clients that, do your best that the density should not be less than 1% or not more than 1%, and that should be enough. I mean, I'm not really focused too much about it because I want to make sure that the content is good for the reader, for the user. If the content is good, that's the first thing you do. When you write content, write it for your customer. Okay? Don't think search. Write it to your customer. Then go back. Yes, the relevancy, absolutely. Then go back and see whatever the keyword research you did that your customer is searching for it. Then you can kind of drop those information on the content. But make sure that the content itself is like, when somebody reads it, like, this is beautiful, this is awesome. Does that make sense? I want to create content, but syndicate it. Is this something good or bad? Okay. That's a good question. When you syndicate, how are you going to syndicate it? Because remember, you want the traffic come back to you. Okay. The way I teach people how to syndicate is by sharing. So let's say you have a blog post, people read it and they share it on their social media channels, or if they can put it on their Tumblr, or if they can share it on their site by running some content, that is okay. Secondly, let's assume, Bobby, you took your content, originally you posted on your website, then you posted the same content to several other websites. What's going to happen? Google's going to make a decision that, you know what, only your website will probably show up, and the other site will have no value. It will have no value in ranking. It will have nothing. Does that make sense? So again, don't think too much about the technicality of the search. Think about why you're having the website in the first place. Okay? Why do you have the website in the first place? What do you want to do with it? Focus on bringing the customer to you. Does that make sense? So you can blog every week. Once a week you can do a blog, and once a month you can do a guest blog, or you can do a blog in LinkedIn, or you can go to Medium, which is another popular platform. You can also blog there, which is separately from your website. Does that make sense? Yeah, well, that's the thing. I mean, sharing is more important than anything else. It gives you kudos. Absolutely. Then what if somebody told me, if Bobby wrote this content and I looked at it and I copied the whole content in my website, will I get penalized? Let's do what everyone says. So if I create content, then share it on Medium and website like that, is that okay? I need an appointment bill. Okay. No, when you write a content, you write a content on your own website, right? When you share it, you can share it in Blogger, you can share it in your social media platform, but you don't want to write the same content again somewhere else. Does that make sense? Hey, Kathy, how are you doing? Because you're devaluing it. Does that make sense? Do you use Facebook tags for your site? No, I haven't used it. Rob. So that's what I mean by Bobby. So you have to write the content in your website. If you write something for Medium, it will not be the same content. Because let's say LinkedIn, you can post a blog in LinkedIn, but keep it unique to LinkedIn. Don't post the same exact content from your website to LinkedIn. You can talk about, let's say, how to fix a car. You can curate, yes, how to fix the car in your website. But in LinkedIn, you can talk about different subject and take them back to your website. Does that make sense? Or if you go to Medium, you can talk about different blog that is not on your website, because you have to keep it unique. You have to keep it like, different. Because if your content is everywhere the same, none of those links going to have any value anymore. Does that make sense? Only Google going to show that website alone. Can I spin my own content? That word spin is actually a very gray hat, black hat word. Okay, don't spin your content. That's old school that's like no. Where people write one content, they use an article spinner to spin in different version and submit a different link, and not gonna work, man. Does link from LinkedIn get you link juice? That is a good question, Rob, and honestly, I don't know. I have to look into it. Good question, though. Okay. So how does content curation work? Do you have to ask the author to share it? Yes, you have to ask them, or if I don't ask them, let's say I saw your content and I liked it, I'm going to go to my blog, I'm going to say, I read this article and I learned 5 takeaways, blah, 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 and if you want to read more, here's the link. That is fine. Because you're not just copying, you're talking about it. Does that make sense? Now, if you want to have the exact information added to your website, you can do that, but you have to ask the author, hey, can I just copy the whole thing exactly as it is? Once I add it on my website, I'm going to use a canonical URL so I can tell the search engine, I'm not the original author, this is not mine, the original author is you. Does that make sense? Yeah, thank you, man. If I knew, I would tell you. If not, I'm going to have to be honest with you. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so these are great questions, guys. Keep coming up with these questions, okay? So that's what I'm talking about, Bobby. Be careful, Bobby. The article spinner, they say this is not, it's a human technique. It can give you the human readable. No such thing. Anything that gives you a way to do easy way of doing things is actually a red flag. Okay. For your business, you have to look from a long-term point of view. That means if you do things correctly, in the long run, you're gonna eventually, last. Does that make sense? You don't want to do the crazy stuff and crazy work, and then eventually, if you get sent to the sandbox, then what's the point? Again, think about few things. Think about, I have a website. I need targeted traffic. Yes, marathon or sprint? No, absolutely, it's not a marathon. It's a marathon, not a sprint. When you build the website, follow the guideline. And the most basic guideline, there are 4 main types of content: video, picture, blog, post, and microblogging, and podcast. Don't forget the podcast. In fact, Bobby, check this out. Content like a blog post. That's the type of content. YouTube, video, podcast, audio. Infographics, consider content. PowerPoint, consider content. Ebook, consider content. PR release, consider content type. There's so many, okay? Your objective, when you write a content, your objective is not just to rank. Your objective is not just for Google. Animation, yes, video. Not just for Google. Your objective is what? I want my customer to find me. Thank you, Michelle. Webinar as well is a form of content. The objective is what? I want my targeted customer to find me. That's what you blog. So when they find you, they learn from you and they buy from you. So that's the whole focus. So be careful. I mean, to have your content, and think of it this way. If you write about XYZ, a blog post, XYZ, right, on your website, and you have the same blog posted in 100 websites, and somebody come to Google and they type XYZ, they find your website, right, and they find the other 2 that you posted somewhere else show on the front page, what's going to happen? They're going to click on your site, they read it, okay, and they leave, and they're going to click on the other side and they see it's the same thing, like, what the heck, this is the same content, this is rubbish. Do you see what I'm saying? Consumer don't want to find the exact content as it is. Does that make sense? The way the news website, like, Huffington Post, entrepreneur.com, Inc., they have the same exact article because they use what we call the canonical URL. So one of them originally, let's say, wrote it under search engine land, and they can take it and put it on the website using the canonical URL, because that way it tells Google, hey, this is not my content, this is from the other guy, but we posted it here. Rob, can you comment that again? I missed it. Okay, so, and here's the thing, Bobby. The most easiest way, if you blog weekly on your site and share them on your social media and do your best to engage with your target market, that is the most simplest one. And yet people don't do it. It's like we give you a solution that is easy, but the mind, you want to make it, some people are going to make it complicated. Does that make sense? That's why I tell a lot of small businesses, don't be scared of free press release sites. Yes, I agree. Free press release sites is a waste of time. I prefer that you pay, because somebody on the other side will double check it and manually submit it. So some of those companies have a free version, but there's more value when you actually pay. So simple blogging different. Yes, absolutely. I need an app build. Is Elance a good place to go? Yes, Upwork.com. Elance, I've been using them since 2005. I can do another scope on how to find, how to outsource correctly. We're so squared. So I'm gonna tell you something, guys, real quick. When I was telling a lot of small businesses, look, don't worry about the Google's algorithm. What was the easy way you would do it again? I missed that part. Is the video frozen? Is the video frozen? My name is number one in Google because I'm okay. Anybody's name can be number one. Okay. What I'm trying to say, folks, is this. A lot of small businesses, I tell them all the time, listen, when Google make the changes on the algorithm, you should not freak out. If you blog, if you do social media correctly, if you add value, you should not worry about it. Okay? You were saying something about blogging, and this is and then this and this. And do you broadcast blog posts? Do you broadcast blog posts to email lists or bad idea? Do you broadcast blog posts? If I have an email subscription, like subscribers, yes, I will send them a blast for them to read the blog post, but I'm not going to put the full blog in the email. This is the title, it's a snippet, read more, and it will take them back to the website, not on the email itself. So if businesses just provided awesome content on a weekly basis and did their best to engage in the social media, that should be enough. But for some reason, people make things complicated. Like when the mobile thing happened in 2000, and this year in April 22nd, when Google made an announcement that if your website is not mobile friendly, responsive based, there's a chance somebody looking for your business on mobile device, and if your website is not mobile friendly, it might not show up. And everyone started to freak out, like, oh, what should I do? And then you have these scammers that came out and said, hey, I've been doing 5 years SSL certification or SSL. I can do it for $500 for you, because you didn't know. Periscope needs to increase time comments stay up before they fade out. Yes, indeed. That is not true. You have to be active if you have a whole page of your content. Yes, the thing is, with your website, if you don't put any content on your website, it is considered a dead website. So the Google software, or the spider that travels the web and that looks for trillions of pages, how it's going to come back to your website if you're not active? So that's why I recommend minimum you blog at least once a week. Unfortunately, you see, Kathy, I wouldn't say all SEO, but unfortunately there are a group of bad apples that ruin our industry by selling all these dreams and all this nonsense and all these fake stuff. And when the business owner, they don't educate themselves, that's when they fall into that kind of trap. Is it bad because 100 people aren't commenting things I have? Okay, not at all. You said work is work, but work sucks. You know, in life, anything that is easy is not worth it. Think about that. Anything that is easy is not worth it. Anything that is worth it, it takes effort. Right? Anything that is worth it takes effort. When we were born, it takes effort for us to walk and grow, right? When we are married, it takes effort to keep the family stable and fed and, you know, have compassion, all that. Does that make sense? When we build a community, it takes effort. Nothing in life that is worthwhile is easy. Okay? Easy come, easy go, as they say. So think about it that way. Yeah, but he is having a tough time keeping So we need to go back and just focus on the basic stuff, folks. If you just focus on the basic, don't worry about all the other stuff. I mean, if you're not violating and not doing anything shady, you shouldn't be worried about it. I hear you, but I like Bobby. We need to scope at you. By the way, Bobby, you need to change that profile, man. I did a scope on not to have an egg. Okay, you gotta change that profile, man. Maybe one day we can do a strategy session live in Periscope, how to make you focus when it comes to your website. Like, we can talk about the strategy step by step, very basic things that you can follow and move on from there. This for years, and I'm on here 3 a.m. Oh my God, 3 a.m. in the morning. Woo! You see, when you are 3 a.m. in the morning like this, guess what? It inspired me to do more videos. Okay? I mean, more scoping. I like easy too. You will learn what to pay others to do and automate. Yes. Dedicated. Right now, I think HubSpot they got a free CRM. You can check it out. Okay. Don't be the anti guide, Yusuf. Come on, man. You want to be creative? I even made like a paper we can put your face in the egg. Okay, I mean, at least try to do that, man. Okay. So any more questions? Did I miss any questions? I have been the bin. Okay, egghead hatchet. Break that egg. Crack that egg. Crack that egg. Bobby. Let's see. Many people block egghead. Egg lives matter. Okay. Okay. That's Bobby for you, folks. Yeah, don't get overwhelmed and avoid all those bad information about SEO, like a spinning article and syndication. That doesn't work, man, anymore. Okay, and that doesn't work. You got to keep everything natural. That's awesome. Okay. Let's see. Okay, folks. Any more question? Again, if I missed any question, please repeat it. So no spinning articles in my link wheel. No. Oh, link wheels. Look at this, Rob. Really? No link wheel. No. Come on, man. Yes, I do. I have it. If you want me to share with you, Rob, just send me a Twitter direct message. I'll show you my prices. I don't care. I don't mind. Okay, so Bobby, it looks like you know what you're talking about. Okay, you are just messing around here, man. Link wheel, that's so crazy. Anything that manipulates the search, that's something that search engine don't like. That's all it is. Don't tend to manipulate. Don't tend to play around the bush, as they say, right? And keep it natural. Like I can tell you we've helped so many thousands of clients by focusing on the on-site and the off-site. And our off-site was mainly what? Beside the weekly blogging, we do like social media, update engagement, YouTube videos, then infographic, and PowerPoint presentation. That's it. If you upload those links in a PR site and eventually and organically, in a few months, they'll end up being on the front page and they'll get a lot of traffic. And then we focus on we have to look at the front of the website to make sure that how many click and how many bounce rate and what convert, what doesn't. We need to change the color or the copy. I haven't done any foreign language, even though I have some connection in Dubai. They did ask me a couple of times to do SEO for them and some Spanish SEO, but I don't have a lot of those. Mostly, US-based projects. Let's see. Okay. So Rob, man, if you want to do a blab one day with me, you, maybe Fusa, on everything SEO, we can come and share that knowledge with everyone. I would love to learn from you as well. Let's see, what time is it? It's hammer time. Ding 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 ding. What's a blab? You don't know what is a blab? Let me show you. Blab, my friend, it's like live streaming with 4 people in one screen. You can also check it from your laptop. So let me show you. Yes, Blab. So we can 4 of us can talk at the same time. Okay. So let me show an example. Let's see if Fusa, was she there? Let's see. Let me show you. There was a blab done by, what's his name? So these are blab. You can view it from your cell phone, but also from the desktop. It's pretty cool. It's like a Google Hangout, but much better. So for instance, check this out. This is also saves it. So check this out. Look at that. 10-day SEO challenge. Q&A.
Ashley wants to join the call. You realize, Ashley, that if you join and come and sit down.
So let me forward.
Courses. For about 6 weeks.
See what happened? So you can have 2 people. You can have to 4 people.
Value of what?
Do you see that, Rob?
Social signals. And you on wind.
Okay. So basically, you're gonna have like 4 screens. You can, me and you, somebody else can do together. We can have the audience that actually comment. We can have anybody join and ask us question. So maybe I can ask Fusa. We can do another session like that, so we all can jump in and share our ideas and our experiences and the best practices and even the disagreement. You know how the SEO disagreement goes, right? A lot of fun. So we'll do that kind of stuff because it's pretty cool. All of us can be there. If anybody has a question, they can jump in and it'd be very fun. Okay? So that's blab.im. Okay. Blab can be super long. Yes, indeed, Bobby. And what's going to happen is going to overwhelm you like, ah! Okay. Okay, awesome, folks. Anything else? Any more questions? Anything else I can help you with? It looks like Bobby's having a trouble. He's coming in and out. Bobby! Bobby! Okay. I hope this Periscope was beneficial, even though I was kind of just rushing it, as as you can see, very exhausted. Me exhausted? Even though I'm exhausted, I gotta be full of energy. Yeah, okay. I used to spam in the 90s. Hey Rob, when I learned SEO, I actually learned the black hat SEO first. And I didn't know it was a black hat until later on I joined the Webmaster Tool, Moz, and Search Engine Land, and I'm like, what the? Okay. In fact, you can still use black hat SEO if you want to do some affiliate, like, affiliate Amazon niche site. Get some traffic real quick and get sent to the sandbox. But when it comes to customer, no, they got to be all in best practice. Okay. Oh, wow. Man, you're old school. Okay. All right, folks. Thank you so much. Really, dial up. Oh, my God. Let's see. All right. Thank you so much, everyone. I appreciate for you all staying here and asking all these great questions. And hopefully I'll see you all on Monday. Okay. Usually I don't like to scope during the weekend, except when I do a seminar. Then I put that live. Or if something comes up, okay, I'll just jump in. Thank you so much, everyone. Let's see. We're the guy that made the need for all this damn SEO. Oh, man. Okay. All right. I'll see you all later. Take care. Have an awesome weekend. Spend time with the family. Enjoy. Don't work too hard, okay? Bye, everyone.